Like I personally think over, what's the place out in Utah?
Area 50?
Skinwalker. No, Skinwalker. I think that whole area out there is kind of portal activity and things are passing through.
Yeah.
You know, and we're out there playing with it and trying to get it to do its thing. And there's just all kinds of whacked out stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like, too, that whole area out there going back, because that's heavy Indian territory, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of history there. And the Skinwalker itself is really, in essence, black magic.
Yeah. Being
able to tie into witchcraft on the Indian version of witchcraft and actually morph into one of these critters.
Yeah.
And, you know, like we've got the story, which we still need to schedule your dad to get him on here, but where they basically attacked your dad and your mom while they were in their trailers, the Skinwalker.
Yeah.
That actually morphed into something else and went after them when they were in their trailer.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. I know that's, if you ever want to scare somebody, tell them
that story. So yeah, we're going to get your dad on here and have him talk about all that. So he's got some crazy stories from being out there on the reservation, but yeah, man, it's all of these things, right? Then we've got CERN, where we got a concerted science effort to deliberately rip the veil.
Yeah.
And monkey around and reach across and see what's over there.
Yeah. It's crazy. Can you bring me up just a little bit? There, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah. Now I can hear.
I had turned you. No, I had Adrian down here testing, so I turned you like down because she's got tender ears.
Yeah, and I
and you're deaf. No, she's just really tender. But yeah, man, we're doing all these different types of things, and then you get into like Rogan, right? You get into the DMT and the ayahuasca and you know, the LSD and all of these type of things that alters your brain chemistry and like unlocks you so that you get into that. It's almost like it's like that state you get into when you are sleeping, right? That weird tweener state between awake and asleep, where it's just strange. Something happens to us in that time where something cracks open.
Yeah.
So we got Byron on here. He actually says he lives just down the street from Skinwalker Ranch. So yeah, creepy, man. I'm sure you've probably got some stories and some experiences.
That's cool.
So yeah.
And that whole area out there is a mystery anyway. I mean, what was really going on before we were here?
Exactly.
I mean,
well, it's like you go to the Indians and all of these sites in Mexico and all of the places like out west, even here in the United States.
And there's histories of giants.
There's histories of giants, and they're like, we didn't build it. We just came and it was here. It was already here. And then it's like whatever civilization was here prior to that was who built it.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? It starts with a C. That's out west. There's like a big, huge complex. And they're like miles apart, but they're still like perfectly celestially aligned, and you can't even see each other. I forget the name of it.
Well, and the Egyptian carvings and art in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, right. How's that happen?
Yeah, how's that happen?
Yeah. Well, and you've got the same, you know, hieroglyphics and stuff that are appearing in the temples in South Central and South America that are in the same things that are over in, you know, the Middle East and all that. How'd that happen?
Yeah. What angel?
Yeah, angel.
Well,
probably would have been.
Yeah.
And then the offspring, because they would have taught the offspring, but it would have been watchers, I would say.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of this stuff goes back to
200 of them, right? 200?
Yeah, 200. And then you had 50? There was it 10 or 50 that were like the main? I think it was maybe 10.
10
that were like the main.
Maybe 20.
Was it 20?
10 or 20, yeah. Something.
But you got, you know, Semyaza, that's the head of everything. And then you've got all the other characters that are mentioned.
Generals. And
right. And then, you know, Azazel gets special set aside there because he was extra naughty.
Yeah.
For all the stuff he did. I turned myself down too, and it's bothering me. So I'm deaf too, apparently.
I wonder what, well, you know, they just did bad things. They did a bad thing.
Baby did a bad thing. Was that Chris Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, man. And then you know, CERN, like, didn't they come out here recently and say that they actually accomplished ripping the veil?
I think so. Yeah.